Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lakers Talk with Gerald Cross. This is episode number 20. This is YouTube video number 6. And welcome today, guys. I am so happy you're joining me. This is going to be a good episode, as all of them are. But we got some good news, some good things to talk about. Got a lot of exciting stuff. Look, I'm excited right now. It might have something to do about the Lakers and the game they played last night. As a matter of fact, it might have a whole lot to do with that. It also, hey, look, it's a good morning. I am up, ready to go. I have my tea, as I always seem to have early in the morning. Here, I'm going to take a little sip. Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you for joining me. Appreciate y'all to be here. Look, not only about the game last night, not only is it a good morning, also for the podcast. Look, this is another milestone that I'm hitting. This is episode number 20. To me, I'm doing every 10 to me is a milestone, because when I started my goal, I told myself, hey, I want to do 100 of these episodes of this podcast at a minimum. So look, you gotta, with anything in life, you gotta set goals, you gotta set milestones, and then you gotta just keep plugging away at them things, and then you gotta celebrate all the little milestones. You celebrate these milestones so that way, in life, a lot of people, you start something and then, of course, you start to lose motivation. Things in life start to happen. Things get rough. Stuff start piling up, and then people tend to give up. So you celebrate all these milestones, right? Because if your goal takes a year to happen, a lot of people can't make it through before they get that celebration and that feeling of victory that they made it. They did it, so they can keep going. Set milestones in between. You hit that milestones. Yes, I can celebrate. I did it. I'm that much closer to my goal. So, guys, episode 20, that much closer to my goal. I'm excited. If you didn't know, I didn't say it yet. The Lakers did win last night, guys. They won. They won without LeBron James. I know it was looking rough. It wasn't looking like they were going to be able to win without LeBron. It didn't look like the young guys were going to really step up like we wanted them to. At least in the last few games, they've been struggling. They have been struggling. Last game, we played Minnesota Timberwolves. Lonzo Ball only took 4 shots in that game, didn't have any points at all. Brandon Ingram didn't score very much. Luke Walton even commenting about their energy was low, that he wanted, specifically he called out Ingram and Lonzo Ball, which, hey, look, they probably needed to be called out. And word was that Lonzo and Ingram talked together about the game, that had a discussion. He didn't say exactly what they discussed, but it might have had something to do with, hey, we need to step up. We need to play better. We need to show some aggressiveness. And guess what? This game, both of these guys came out aggressive. Both of these guys came out trying to be aggressive and score. And on a defensive end and on an offensive end. So I was very, very happy with this game. I'm going to get into all those details. I'm going to start from the beginning a little bit and just kind of talk about it. I am going to admit, guys, that I didn't catch the first half of this game because, I had a bunch of errands to take care of. And I didn't actually get home and get to the game until the second half started. So, however, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it, all right? So, Lakers Talk with Gerald, episode 20. Guys, this is how it started, right? I'm taking care of some errands. I'm not watching the game, but at some time, I was like, okay, I need to check up on the Lakers. I go to the ESPN app. I bring up the Lakers. I see that they are down in the game. Somewhere at the time, close to 10 or something like that. I'm thinking, okay, it's all right. We've gotten down early in the games before. We can work our way back in it. Come on, Lakers. Hey, I'm always rooting, right? I didn't get too discouraged quite yet. Then I keep kind of checking up as I'm running. I'm running around. I see at some point they get down by 14. I think maybe even 15, something like that. And then at halftime, I see that they're down by 13, right? So 13, okay, well, they're still down. We still got a chance. Now, I had been kind of following Twitter, seeing all the tweets, and I was seeing that everybody was saying that the Lakers were playing very good effort, very good energy. they were playing fairly good defense for what I heard and what I was seeing on the tweets, and the fact that Dallas was just hitting tough shots and hitting a high percentage on their shots and 3-pointers, and that the Lakers were, it was one of those ones that I saw tweets that said, hey, they didn't even feel bad that the Lakers were down at this point because they were playing hard, they were playing aggressive. And so, yeah. All right, so the second half, when I do get there and I get in the game, start watching it, at this point, I turn on the television and I see that they're only down by 7 points. So I'm like, wow, I mean, the Lakers are cutting into this lead. I'm like, okay. And then their aggressiveness on defense, I mean, everybody looked like they were super into this game and focused. I'm talking about starting with Josh Hart. Josh Hart was just super, playing great defense on Luka Doncic. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy ended up scoring 26, 27, 8 points, something like that. But what I liked about it is every time they were guarding, they were up on him. I mean, every time that guy, set a pick come around, they would always be right up on a pick, cutting through, getting through the pick. I mean, he basically, even without the ball, I like the way Josh Hart was staying on the guy. Basically didn't let him, was on him every time they tried to get it to Doncic, and he was just denying it. So stuff like that. Lonzo Ball, super, super aggressive on defense and offense. I heard in the first half, he just drove to the basket and just dunked it. I mean, things like that, we need to see that passion. We need to see you showing that you are in this game and that you are not playing around. Most time, you don't know Lonzo Ball, get to the basket and just and do that little layup. I don't think he makes that sound I just made, but I mean, he just lays it up most time, and he is so, we want do something, show us some aggression. We need to see it. And he showed it last night. I heard Brandon Ingram, same thing, showing aggressiveness. Brandon Ingram was looking more like the man last night. He scored, leading scorer in this game. Man, damn good. I'm going to get to the stats in a second, but Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, the rest of the crew, McGee, everybody doing their thing. Guys, the point is we were down by 13. Start watching in the second half. We start coming back slowly but surely. Aggressive, getting turnovers, scoring, stopping them with defense, score, fast break, dunk. We take the lead. We get up by 4. Next you know, we're up by 6. The Lakers, they just were rolling. They just started rolling in the second half. They limited Dallas Mavericks to only 11 points in the third quarter. So we went from being down by 13 at the start of the third quarter to being up by 6 at the end of the third quarter. That's a hell of a turn right there. Look, that's a 17-point turnaround. Or correction, that's a 19-point turnaround. Hey, look, that's damn good. That shows that we were really playing really, really good defense. The guys looked like they really, really wanted it. That's why I was impressed about this game. Very happy. Glad to see that. Look, guys, and I got something to say about the standings too, how we made a dent too just by getting this win and a combination of other losses. So like I told you guys before, don't panic. I told y'all about the silver lining, how we still had leg room for us to get it together. So I'm going to get into all that. So the score of the game, the Lakers ended up winning by 10. It was 107-97 is what we won by. Let's go over the stats of each one of the Lakers. And so Kyle Kuzma also came back in this game. First game back after hurting his lower back. It was something they call the lower back contusion. So he was back. He was kind of rusty. He was only 4 out of 20 shooting. He had 13 points. He was 2 out of 10 3-point shots. So you can see he was very rusty, but I think just his presence in the game really did help us and help the rest of the team. All right, we needed that. We needed his energy. Also, Brandon Ingram, the man of the game overall. He played 37 minutes. He was 12 for 21 field goals. He didn't take any 3-pointers in this game. He was trying to get to the basket the whole game. I believe a lot of his field goals, out of those 12, about 9 or so of those were at the basket. So he was being aggressive, trying to get to the rim, wasn't hesitating. That's what I was liking. He had 29 points. So out of 21 field goals, damn good. From what I heard, that's his regular season high. His previous high was, or correction, his previous season high was 31, but that 31 came in an overtime game. This is his highest that he's ever scored without going into overtime. Before that, it was something like 24 or something like that. All right, guys. So 29 points. Great game, Brandon Ingram. JaVale McGee ended up having 8 points. He was 4 out of 7. He had 10 rebounds. Look, that's about a good game for him. He didn't have any blocks, surprisingly, even though he's averaging something over 2 blocks a game. But it was a good game for JaVale McGee. Then I'll get to the next guy up, Lonzo Ball. That's what I'm talking about, Lonzo Ball. I need you to be, look, I'm not going to say, look, this is what we're talking about. We want you to play like this. Look, he was 8 out of 15 field goals, over 50%. His three-point shooting, he was 4 out of 8. He had 21 points altogether, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. So, damn good. Lonzo Ball playing good defense. I think he had 2 steals. Look, I mean, he's very, we need him to play like that all the time. Think about it. He's playing like that, and then Lonzo Ball come back and Rajon Rondo. Man, we're going to be tough to deal with come playoff time. But Josh Hart is the other young guy that really stepped up, in my opinion. He wasn't necessarily shooting well early on, and really most of the game he shot okay, but his just aggressiveness overall, he had 5+ steals or something like that. That was a season high for him, or a career high actually. So yeah, he had 5 steals, 6 assists, 12 rebounds. Josh Hart just being effective at all sides of the field. That's what we need, or the court, that is. There's no field, but you know what I'm talking about. So he ended up with 14 points, as I talk about, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, doing it. That's what's getting it done. He actually played 44 minutes in this game. I mean, he played damn near the whole game. There's 48 minutes in the regular, in all the full game. He played 44. So he played the most out of everybody by 7 minutes, something like that. So damn good for him. Another person that stepped up in this game also that gave us a lift is Michael Beasley. In the third quarter, when we were making that run, it was Michael Beasley that came in and that was given that scoring threat. I mean, he only played 9 minutes, but he scored 13 points. And that alone, I mean, in 9 minutes, we would get the ball to him, and we were kind of running the offense through him, and he was going and scoring, getting fouled, going to the free throw line, helped us get back in it. And then right at the end, I believe of the third, sometime he bumped knees, and it looked like he had hurt himself, and he was trying to walk it off and run it off, so they took him out the game. So Luke Walton never actually brought him back in after that, but in those 9 minutes, he was very effective. Good job, Michael Beasley. Ivica Zubac played about 4 minutes. I believe that was in the first half because I did not see him play in the second half. Chandler, he played 19 minutes. He ended up scoring 2 points and 4 rebounds. And Caldwell Pope came in. He played 21 minutes. He only scored 3 points in 1 out of 5 overall shooting, 1 out of 3 3-point shooting. So, I mean, look, as a team, we needed that victory. We came back. We played hard. We shut down Dallas in the second half. We were looking so good. So much to be encouraged about, guys. So much to look forward. And we actually, because of that win, we actually went up another game in the standings. We didn't go up another spot in the standings. We are still 8th place, but we'll get into the standings here just in a few moments. But we did make some ground, and I'll talk about that here in a second. Let's get to that right now. Let's go to the standings. All right, guys. So standings as we have it. All right, just taking up a second to bring that up. Got to look at it here. So Western Conference standings, which I like to talk about. All right, the Lakers are still in 8th place. Our record now is 22-19. All right, so we'll start with the top really quick. Denver is still in 1st place. Then we have Golden State at 2nd. OKC still in 3rd. 4th, still LA Clippers. 5th, Houston Rockets. 6th, San Antonio Spurs. 7th, Portland Trailblazers. And then us, Lakers, 22-19 in 8th place. Look, Sacramento won last night. So they are now 20-20. They are a game and a half behind us, which is fine. We're actually going to play them in a few days. We're going to get to them, so we have a chance to beat them and go up another game in the standings, if I'm correct. So Utah last night, they end up losing, I believe, and we're looking good because the next teams after that is Utah, then Minnesota, then New Orleans, and both of those teams have 21 losses and one of them have 22 losses while we have 19, meaning we have 2 whole games in between those other teams with the exception of Sacramento, and we're still going to play them again. So that looks good, guys. It looks good to me. We are doing very well, meaning that we are maintaining. We played a good game last night and we should be all right, by the time that LeBron gets back and Rajon Rondo gets back. So next, what's up? What's the next game for us? Let's talk about that. Let's find it. Let's see where we are. All right, so today is Tuesday, January 8th. The Lakers do not play today. Their next game is going to be on Wednesday against Detroit at home against the Staples Center. That's going to be 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Pacific. Since I'm actually, I don't live in California right at the moment. I am in Atlanta, so I'm on Eastern Standard Time. That's why I always mention Eastern Standard Time. So that's when I need to be at the game, be ready to watch. So, all right, guys. So we play the Pistons that day. And then the next game after that is going to be a few days later. And that's going to be on Friday, January 11th. That's when we play the Utah Jazz. Look, they're 2 games behind us. We need to get that game. And look, our destiny is in our own hands. And guys, look, I like the sound of that. I'm encouraged. You should be encouraged. Look, that's going to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for joining once again, episode number 20. Look forward to the next 10. Look forward for H1 after that. And thanks all you guys for riding with me, being on the YouTube, watching those and giving me the feedback. The feedback I've been getting for everybody. Kyle, once again, appreciate that good feedback you give me and encouragement, man. Hey, look, before I go, guys, one other thing I failed to share with you guys. Look, I'm wearing my Lakers gear, the hat, championship 2009. Also got this right here. I was in the Navy before that time. And then usually when you're at a command in the Navy, as a farewell gift, a lot of times they'll give you a paddle and they'll custom design it they'll put your command name, they'll put like your rank, your name, all that good stuff. And look, to me, when I got this right, everybody realized I was a Lakers fan. And look, they put my Lakers colors on here, the purple and gold or yellow and gold. They even put on there Go Lakers down there somewhere. You can't really even see it. I'm not going to get into, but look, to me, I like, that's how much, guys even recognizing, they're like, man, this dude, Lakers all day, bleed purple and gold, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to show that in there real quick. Hey guys, before I go, YouTube, subscribe, Podbean, subscribe, wherever you watch it, you do the podcast or the YouTube, please go in there and subscribe for me, or hit a like or hit a review, comment, anything like that, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. Same thing, just go down at the bottom, you would subscribe right there. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Episode 20, Lakers Talk with Gerald. See you guys later, and I am now officially